Help me reach 1,000 subscribers. My phone buzzed while I sat in the car, waiting outside the bridal boutique. I remember glancing at it with no urgency, expecting a quick 5 more minutes, or maybe another photo of a dress she wanted me to weigh in on. But what showed up on the screen wasn't a picture or a delay. It was a message that stopped everything. It read, "Changed my mind. Marrying your cousin instead. He has better." For a few seconds I honestly thought it was a prank. Something someone else had typed from her phone. I waited for the punchline that never came. The world didn't tilt, didn't crash, didn't even flinch. Just went silent, like someone had turned down the volume on life. I stared at those words for a long time. Read them again, slowly, letting each one settle until they stopped being absurd and became real. There was no apology attached, no explanation, no attempt to soften what she had done. Just 10 sharp words that cut cleaner than any long speech ever could. People think betrayal arrives like a storm, loud and chaotic. But sometimes it comes disguised as a text message, written without hesitation, sent without a thought. Oddly enough, my first reaction wasn't anger. It was disbelief. I almost laughed. Better what? Better job? Better money? Better family? But I realized that asking better what meant giving her a stage to justify something already decided long before that text. So I didn't ask. I didn't reply. Instead, I sat back in my seat and let the silence wrap around me. There are rare moments in life when you feel the universe quietly telling you, you can leave now. No screaming, no closure, no need for dramatic exits. Just a door opening softly, offering you peace instead of explanation. I didn't text her back. Didn't drive to her place to demand clarity. I turned the key, drove home and packed my things. Sometimes dignity isn't loud. It's calm. It's knowing when not to chase what's already walking away. 3 days later my cousin called. Not to say sorry. Not to acknowledge what he'd done. He called to brag. He said she told him I wasn't ambitious enough, that he had more drive, that I wasn't an investment worth making. His words, better investment, burned for a second, then dissolved into pity. Because that's when it clicked. They deserved each other. Their bond wasn't love. It was mutual self-interest, 2 people feeding off each other's egos, mistaking greed for connection. People assume betrayal destroys you. But it doesn't. It exposes them. It shows you exactly who they are, and who they've always been. I didn't lose a fiancé. I avoided a future built on transactions and manipulation. She didn't break my heart. She revealed it was never safe in her hands to begin with. And my cousin? He didn't steal anything from me. You can't steal what was never truly meant for you. Months later, their wedding photos surfaced online. Friends sent them to me like they were testing how much I'd healed. But I felt nothing. The wound had already closed. I looked at those pictures, 2 people smiling, trying too hard to convince the world they'd won. But their faces told another story. It wasn't love shining there. It was validation, that desperate gleam people wear when they're performing happiness instead of living it. I didn't hope for karma. I didn't wait for their collapse. I simply moved on, building a life where my worth wasn't something someone else had to measure. Betrayal, I learned, doesn't mean you lack something. Sometimes people leave not because you were missing pieces, but because they're forever chasing the illusion of more. They treat love like a ladder, always looking for the next rung. But the truth is simple. People who choose partners like upgrades never find peace. They crave excitement, not depth. Image, not intimacy. So no, I didn't lose her. She freed me. She stepped out of a future she was never capable of growing into. And my cousin didn't take anything that belonged to me. He simply accepted a mirror that reflects who he truly is. In the end, some departures are gifts. Some heartbreaks are lessons written in disguise. And sometimes the most powerful closure you'll ever get is walking away quietly, without looking back, knowing you've already won by not needing to.